You're live. That's what it says. That's great. Hey, howdy, everyone. Um, how goes it? All of that good stuff. All those good things. So, uh, I don't know if any of you are like nature or sciencey type people. Let me scoot back a little bit. Get a little comfy. All right. Um, don't know if any of you are into nature, science, or all of that stuff. But did you know the male club-winged manakin bird, Monacan, something like that. The male club-winged Monacan bird plays a song with the bones in its wing. It kind of has a weird like a fiddle string, like it plays it kind of like a violin, glides them across one another like a bow really quickly. And the result is a short, low, sort of like bleat. And the females adore this sound and mate most often with the bird who has the most resonant wing song. Pretty cool, just a cool idea. But here's the thing, the better music comes from the males with the heaviest wings. Biologically speaking, the males who aren't so good at flying and who aren't so good at escaping predators. And this preference for the heaviest wings, the better music of the male clubbed-winged manakin bird is quite possibly breeding them into extinction. See, the whole idea goes against biologically advantageous sexual selection, right? The female chooses a mate not because they're faster or stronger or more endurable, I don't know, whatever women like these days. I don't know, whatever. Specifically the birds. But because they make the most beautiful music, they go after the one that makes the most beautiful music. Found that out. Perhaps I'm taking this too personally, but the idea of being inexplicably drawn to a phenomenon that is ultimately destructive, participating in something that ultimately leads to your undoing, to your downfall, is, well, heartbreaking for sure, but also uncomfortably relatable. Well, anyway, I wonder what that has to do with what we're discussing today. So, last class, I emphasized part of the sort of reopening, I emphasized part of the opening. There we go. There's a better angle. Let's get myself. Speaking of male birds, I'm a peacock. You gotta let me soar. Anyway, so last class I emphasized part of the opening of the American Constitution, "We the People," and I said it was that first statement, "We the people," in order to form a more perfect union, right? That's the goal of America. The goal of America is to always keep striving for more perfect, keep going, keep perfecting. You could probably now call that progressivism. Yikes. Okay. How do we keep forming a more perfect union? How do we do this? We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. So how do we form a more perfect union? Well, firstly, we establish justice. See, I could sum up everything in today's discussion with this simple definition given right there in the beginning of the Constitution. What is justice? Specifically, what is American justice? Justice is the first step we take in order to keep striving for that more perfect what? That more perfect union. You see, we're talking about an original understanding of community, fostering a community, maintaining a community, connection, and taking care of each other. There's the ensure domestic tranquility, and if you don't know what that means, that's peace. If you didn't catch that, shalom, as we've been talking about, right? Everything in its right place, the Hebraic word shalom. Domestic tranquility, ensuring domestic tranquility, ensuring peace. And then there's the provide for the common defense and promote the general welfare. You see, American constitutional justice means to look out for your community, to not be selfish. American constitutional justice is not Randian libertarian egoism. American constitutional justice must have something to do with, all of those factors must have something to do with establishing justice, ensuring domestic tranquility, providing for the common defense, promoting the general welfare, and securing the blessings of liberty, which is freedom. Must have something to do with that. American constitutional justice must have something to do with that initial opening line in the Constitution. And that's it. Class dismissed. Kidding. I'm kidding. But I want to read you something from 1905. A ruling. The Constitution does not import an absolute right in each person to be, at all times and in all circumstances, wholly freed from restraint. A community has the right to protect itself against an epidemic and may, at times, under the pressure of great or greater dangers, be subjected to such restraint, to be enforced by reasonable regulations as the safety of the general public may demand. That was a case of Jacobson versus Massachusetts, 7 verse 2, majority opinion. I feel like, Caitlin, you might really like looking that up. So that was by Supreme Court Justice Harlan in 1905, Jacobson versus Massachusetts. But what is that saying? It's saying, in fact, your constitutional rights mean that sometimes you are restrained. You are restricted. You have to be subjected to that. Why? For the greater protection of the community. Jacobson's versus Massachusetts. Individual liberty is not absolute. Responsibilities, on the other hand, are. Your constitutional right doesn't mean to never be restrained. Maybe like this. But your constitutional responsibilities will always be absolute. Constitutional rights versus your constitutional responsibility to do what? Provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. Ensuring domestic tranquility. And ultimately, right there at the start, establish justice. You have a constitutional responsibility to establish justice. So what if you face injustice? What then? So when we talk about those things, when we talk about these factors, what we deserve, what I was talking about last class, what we deserve. I'm going to pull this away because it feels like I'm keeps leaning in and I don't need to. It's picking up just fine. What we talk about, when we talk about what we deserve, what you're worth, we also necessarily need to include what responsibilities you deserve. Did you just look it up, Caitlin? I figured you'd go like, Scheiße. That's German for shit. Oh, Scheiße, when that case came on, because it had specific to do with vaccinations and government control. But we're going to get into that. So, when we're talking about what you deserve, what you're worth, it's not just limited to your rights or freedoms. We're also talking about what responsibilities you deserve. Justice. The responsibilities you're worth needing to follow through on. Not just your rights. What do you deserve? Do you believe in your worth? But see, then you remember it's not just you. It's the union. We, the people, not just me, the person. Will we are, not will I am. So, are you worth it? What is your worth? Dang, now you're making me think I gotta turn it up more. Okay, well... Check, chickadee, check, check. Oh, there we go. See, loud red. All right. What is your worth? But remember, it's not just you. It's everyone else. It's not just you. It's the union. It is literally the we, the people. So anything that is your worth, but maybe because I just got called out. I'm not calling you out. I just figured you would be interested in that, like, fun history that of our country. So, what is your worth? Are you worth it? What is your worth? And then go, what is everyone else's worth? Because it's saying you not only have worth to be looked out for, but that your worth extends to looking out for your fellow man, we the people. I am called constitutionally to defend you. And you are called constitutionally to defend me. As an American, I am constitutionally called to value more than just myself. So, what responsibilities do you deserve? What that looks like. What responsibilities? What form does that take of justice? Who gets to decide what taking care of each other looks like? Is it the government of the United States, or is it we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice? There's an African proverb that says, a child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down just to feel its warmth. A child who is not embraced by the village, by the people, will burn down the village just to feel its warmth. Please do. Rude, rude. I'm taking care of you. This is my constitutional right. Hey, look, especially everyone can be. If you wear one of these, you could totally be a bandit and just be like, I am the health food bandit, and I'm going to like go around. This is me taking care of you, and me taking all of that nasty shit out of your cart is me taking care of you. So, a child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down just to feel its warmth. Will burn down the people. In that BBC video, video that I showed you, living under the overpass. Do you think Amy felt embraced by her society? By society. Do you think Amy feels embraced? Wow, that's quite a start to that afternoon special. For access to the full video, or to get the full course, or just support me making new content that has everything or nothing to do with what you just watched, head on over to my Patreon, link in the bio. Join the community. I'd love to see you there and have you become a part of something bigger than me, but something where I can play my part just the same. See you there.